Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting 10th edition preview with the Art of War. We are here. We are live. We are ready to discuss the sneakiest Imperial army. An army so sneaky, we didn't even think they were going to do an article about it because we forgot they existed.
Imperial agents.
Imperial agents are back. We were going to do a tier list today because we thought they were out of articles. But GW has surprised us because apparently there are 3 entire articles left and we just weren't expecting it.
Oh yeah,
and we'll talk about 2 of those later.
Here's the question, right?
Yeah.
Which one of these will we be randomly seeing in every single Imperium army from here on out?
That I want to know. You know, the Voidsmen at Arms, a classic staple of 9th edition.
Oh man,
truly.
Yeah.
I mean, Voidsmen at Arms did pretty well for themselves, all things considered, considering how terrible they are.
They were useless, but they were useless on your home objective.
So useful on that home objective.
Yeah.
So, we're going to be talking about the assassins, the Inquisitors, apparently naval breachers, and those kind of units in this article because GW has put a new article up on Warhammer Community. So, if you have enjoyed all the 10th edition content that we have put out, if you liked this video, please like the video. As well, if you subscribe to this channel, you'll get notified every time we go live with a new piece of 10th edition content. And trust me, there is a lot in the works. There's a lot coming soon, and you're going to want to be notified when we go live. So,
is it just me, or does that Calidus's leg look like she skips leg day and her foot is tiny?
The foot is in fact tiny. That's like
it just
the
looks
side.
like
Yeah.
it's just.
Well, the foot is smaller than the alien death ray that she's carrying. For me, it's more the hair. It's like, how does she keep it up?
She's moving real fast.
But like, is she?
She's boogieing.
She's like skipping.
Maybe she's speed walking. I mean, just like across the screen,
skipping at light speed. There we go. All right, so let's.
There's a lot of wind.
There's a lot of wind. So let's get right into it. So we're going to talk about the Hands of the Emperor, the Imperial agents, and as we start off here, they do of course give us just that little bit of fluff that they like to include in all of these things, and then we've got like just a little bit more hints. Just a little more hits, so you can add all these things, including Imperial Knights. So nice to see that Imperial Knights are getting included, presumably free blades. And then we actually get into the rules.
Yes.
Let's see. How many units of Imperial agents you can include in your Imperial army is determined by the battle size, and then character and retinues have their own things. Okay, so the army rule is assigned agents. And assigned agents means that if your entire army is Imperium, you can include, if your strike force, which is 2K.
That's 2,000. That's the standard that the game is based around. Like it's balanced around 2,000 points.
Yeah, so 2K is the normal game that we'll expect to see. It's what we're assuming that we're going to be streaming on our channel when the time comes. But you can get 2 retinue units and 2 character units. And it looks like you could take a total of 4 then if you wanted, and these aren't exclusive. It's no longer take an Inquisitor or their agent, which was always a weird thing in 9th. Where it's like you could take an Acolyte or you could take an Inquisitor, but you couldn't take both, and you kind of assumed they traveled in packs.
You would assume.
Yeah.
Inquisitorial Acolytes would like to have an Inquisitor nearby.
I would think so.
You would think, yeah.
I would think. Yeah. So, pretty good here. This is the army rules, so it looks like they're not really doing a lot of army rules for the units that impact the tabletop. They're just going to let each data sheet kind of speak for itself. Which, fair enough. And then we immediately dive into a unit spotlight with my favorite assassin, personally.
The coolest, yeah.
Mr. Aloha, the Vindicare assassin.
Aloha himself.
So there's a couple interesting things here. T4, only 4 wounds, a little bit low. 6 up armor save, but there's going to be a 4 up invuln here. He's got a very fun sniper rifle. And then keywords, in addition to all the things you'd expect, he has Epic Hero.
Yep.
Which means that if you own 7 Calexis assassins, you can use them as stocking stuffers.
I mean, you can give them to 7 of your friends, and they
can
each
six of them. You may want to hold on to one.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
You give them out, and then everyone can play with one. Long gone are the days where you take a detachment with Celestine and 3 Calexis assassins. Who would do such a thing? I would never.
I feel like you have. I'm actually quite happy because I own exactly 1 of each assassin, and I never really doubled up, so it's been kind of convenient here.
That's strong.
All right, so let's go over what this actually does, because honestly, the Vindicare assassin, I feel like we need to read the sniper rifle. That's kind of his thing.
That's his thing. He's a sniper rifle delivery system.
So he has devastating wounds.
It's a good.
Ignores cover.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
heavy, and precision. We really would expect precision. 1 attack, ballistic skill 2+. So funny enough, he's ballistic skill 2+ and heavy. So if he holds still, he'll get a +1 to hit.
So he ignores a -1 to hit.
Yeah, if your opponent's got 1 negative, that could be pretty useful. Strength 7, AP 3 damage, D3+3. Strength 7 is wounding most of the characters that we've seen so far on, like, 3s, but then, like, maybe not a prime mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not a prime mark. Maybe not that guy.
Maybe Abaddon, though.
Yeah, good.
He ain't as tough as a Primarch, I hear.
Yeah. I honestly have no idea what his toughness is. We'd have to look at
they previewed him.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be toughness 8 or 6, and I'd believe you. AP3, D3+3 damage. So, this is quite credibly like, oh, your character dead. Also, we've seen it, the Vindicator Assassin down to 4 wounds. Other characters feel like no one's really gone up in wounds.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. The previewed characters have all kind of been lower than they were in...
Yeah, lower or the same, just kind of like...
Because they don't need to tank hits the same way.
Yeah,
unless
they're a little
Unless there is a Vindicator Assassin pointing his gun right at them. Then they might need to tank hits.
I do like that. So, the Exodus rifle is quite good. The Exodus pistol actually also... Obviously short range, it's a pistol. But 3 attacks, ballistic skill 2, strength 5, AP 2, damage 3. I honestly like 3 shots hitting on 2s, 5, 2, 3. That's
still
quite useful.
Precision.
If you're near-ish a unit, that's still a good way to just bang, 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 try to whack out a character.
Yeah.
And both of these have devastating wounds. Ignores cover, awesome. Pistol or heavy, then precision. This is good. He does, in fact, have a Vindicator combat knife. Please don't get him in combat. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like
he'll definitely win a fight against guardsmen if you give him several turns. But like, don't
win a fight against a guardsman, but maybe 10.
I think he'll kill the 10 guardsmen in time.
We'll have to see.
Again, maybe not in one round.
No.
All right, infiltrators, lone operative, stealth. Those are good. I like lone operative.
Lone operative is a great role.
That makes me very happy. He's a faction assigned agents, and then we just have 2 rules for him. So Deadshot. This model, when it makes a range attack, if a critical hit is scored, so if you roll an unmodified 6, add 3 to the damage characteristic of this attack. Brother.
So D3+3 is good. How about D3+6 damage?
Yeah, that's a failed save is bad. After this model has resolved its ranged attacks, select 1 enemy unit that was hit by 1 or more of those attacks that you must take a battle shock test. It looks like the battle shock test is separate from the critical hit.
Yes.
So you hit them, they take a battle shock test, we find out how bad the damage was for them. But then also, if they happen to get that sweet 6 to hit, it's just like, oh, brother.
Oh, yeah, they get wrecked.
Yeah, I mean, 6 plus D3 damage is the point where Abaddon is very interested in passing that saving throw.
Yeah, he would like to. But what if...
Counterpoint.
He did not get a saving throw.
So, once per battle... When selecting targets for this model's Exodus rifles, you can't do it with a pistol, which was admittedly the first thing I looked at. What?
Fair enough. Carry on.
Until the end of the phase, each time this model makes an attack with a weapon, no saving throws of any kind can be made against that attack. So obviously this is really spicy. It is before you make the hit roll. So just when selecting targets.
So the +3 damage does not get turned into mortal wounds because unless you roll a 6 to wound.
Yeah. But then theoretically, if you're just absolutely Yahtzeeing people,
if you roll the double 6, then it would, but it doesn't automatically get turned into mortals.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a critical hit is not a critical wound as far as we.
Yeah, that is rough.
Yes.
Still, just once per battle, like you get someone in line of sight, and you're like, all right, shield break around. And you're just like, it's the sweatiest CP reroll of all time, obviously.
Well, the +3 damage works on his pistol.
Oh, yeah, that works on his pistol, and that's awesome.
6 damage.
But even then, if you just get, like, a traditional character, like a captain or a sorcerer or, I don't know, someone like that just in a unit, and you just go, Exodus rifle, no saves, bang!
Yeah, they're gone. They're just gone.
They're completely gone. Yes, sweet Shadowfield, bro. Yes, find me an Archon.
Oh, no.
Pew! Zink! I don't know how many wounds an Archon is. Did they show the Archon?
I have no idea.
Well, he's probably not 7.
It's in the Dark Eldar faction preview.
He's probably not 7, right? A D3+3's got to have a shot.
Yeah.
So let's just dink. Get that out of there.
5 right now, and if he goes down...
If he's 5 now, that's the point where I'm using a CP reroll at any failure points.
Oh, yeah. Zinc.
Yeah, Vindicare Assassin, you just need to budget a CP for this boy.
Yeah, just make sure he hits and wounds, please.
Because let me tell you from experience, no one rolls more 1s than a Vindicare Assassin.
That guy...
The guy's a magnet.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and hit the next data sheet here. So we do, in fact, have an Inquisitor. And this is just a generic, the unnamed Inquisitor, and they give us a couple of different weapon options. So the combi weapon is exactly what it looks like. It's the same as it is everywhere else. Psychic Shockwave. 2d6 shots. Torrent, so it doesn't have a ballistic skill. Psychic Devastating Wounds. Nice, but 3-1-1 means you're just like 2d6 hits. Let's get a 6 or 2 in here, get some mortals.
Yeah, you don't have an overcharge option on this, but...
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, totally fine.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, melee weapons, so you can either have a melee weapon or a force weapon, it looks like. It doesn't show us the other side. And then can get in transport with its bodyguard unit. And each time you target this model's unit with a stratagem, on a 3+, you gain a CP.
Well, that is quite useful. That is quite useful.
We'll see how many of the armies actually have CP regeneration. But when in doubt, if your army doesn't, look for Inquisitor.
Yeah. And what kind of units the Inquisitor can join.
That is important. He is a leader. And the fact that he needs a rule to say that he can get embark in any transport of the bodyguard does imply that he's going to join some non-Inquisition units to me.
Yes.
He doesn't tell us who. So I imagine it'll be... Maybe they'll be like infantry that's like not... They don't have power level that I've seen, so never mind. I was about to say like infantry below 20 power level or something. Like, I'm sure they're not going to let him join Centurions, right? But like...
Maybe.
You know, like, he can probably join Guardsmen. He probably can't join Centurions. Somewhere in the... But maybe he can, right?
Maybe
Would
can.
it be fun?
Why not?
Hey, if Centurions don't have core, but no one has core, it's like Centurions have
I
core.
assume they will have limited it to him being able to join infantry, but, like, I have no faith in that either, so we'll see.
All right, like, if you let me join him to an Armiger, I will. That's all I know. Of course. Let me join him to an Armiger.
Join any Imperium battle line infantry right there.
Oh, fair. It says it up there, and I just missed it. Okay, battle line then. That's the limit. Still, pretty useful. Gain some CP. Can't read.
Can't read.
Couldn't if I tried. And then we've got the 2 war gear abilities. 5-up Feel No Pain against mortal wounds, and the bear has the psychic keyword. Why didn't they just put that? Whatever. They made a rule about it. Good for them.
No. Because you used to be able to select whether your Inquisitor is a Psyker or not.
Oh.
So I assume if you decide you want Psychic Gifts, you get Psychic Shockwave. And a Force Weapon.
That would actually make a ton of sense. There we go. I haven't ever used an unnamed Inquisitor.
Unpsychic. Oh, unnamed.
An unnamed one, yeah.
Yeah, taking I mean, you never took them as not a Psyker, but you probably don't take them as a Psyker now, because
if that's the case,
would make your unit Psyker.
Feel No Pain 5-up against mortals. It's funny is that it's against mortals, not against like psychic, like we've seen with like the Terminator Librarian, which means devastating wounds.
I think you get blessed wardings regardless, right?
Oh, if you get it regardless, then just make him a psyker.
Or it might just be you get either psychic gifts or blessed wardings.
True.
Who knows? Who can say? We really want to see the back of this card.
All right, that's the Inquisitor. They do now show us the Imperial Navy Breachers, who I am sure will be the staple of competitive tournaments everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
So they come in a 10-man, and here they do show us both sides of the card. Which is good because the warrior options look really spicy until you find out that only one guy can take an endurance shield.
Yeah, that was my first question.
Yeah, really glad.
How many people get an endurance shield? And John's like, just the one. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so you're gonna have one guy with a las volley, one guy with an endurance shield, and then everyone else has a shotgun, some combat weapons, and then a couple guys can replace their weapons with like a power weapon or a meltgun / plasma gun or one power weapon or one chain fist, etc. Anyways, there's a lot of weapon profiles here, and they're all somewhat interesting while being exactly what you'd expect. I'm not going to read every one, I'm going to be honest here, because we can guess what an auto pistol does. We already know what a bolt pistol does. We've already seen a demo charge. Plasma gun, a melta gun, a shotgun is exactly what you would guess if you were just told that they had a shotgun. And then they've got the breaching team rule, and this is actually pretty decent. So each time a model in this unit makes an attack, reroll a wound roll of 1, and if the target's on an objective, you can reroll the wound roll instead. So they're actually not bad if there's like an elf on an objective and you would like to de-elf your objective.
Yeah,
I would say that they're quite good at breaching them. Toughness 3, 4-up save, 1 wound. Leadership 8+. 8+ is rough. What a...
I like how they're OC2 as well. So, like, feast or famine on that one.
Oh, why are they so... I feel like the Navy Breachers, the guys who, like, go into Space Hulks and just be like, there may be a Gene Stealer or an Orc on that side of the wall. Unfortunately, we haven't checked. Go on. And they're just, like, walking up with, like, a sword and an axe to find out if there's a Gene Stealer, an Orc, or a Warp Portal.
I'm guessing they just didn't want you to leave these guys on your home objective.
Dear goodness gracious, Imperial Navy Breachers, get braver. Other than that, I was going to say that that's kind of nice, and if they're a cheap infantry unit, just for armies that don't have them, getting a tenor with a 4-up save, try to hide behind the wall. That
they're not on board a ship. They're They don't have their land legs. Like, they're still wobbling everywhere.
So you can sneak 1 4-up Envelman. You can give them the smoke keyword. And each time you select the bear's unit as the target of the grenade stratagem, roll 1 additional d6. Okay,
it's cute.
It's cute. And that's them. There is another data sheet. They are just giving us the data sheets. And I like that. This is what I want to see. I just want to see more.
That's a lot of rules.
Greyfax has a special place in my heart. She's the first Inquisitor I bought. I like her.
Draxus is the special place in my heart. We'll see.
Draxus is my best painted one, so I do like Draxus too. Also, she has a bird. So, but they do show us Greyfax. Leadership 4+ on Greyfax.
What?
Wasn't Goleman 5+?
Yeah. Custodes were 6.
Yeah, well, attach Greyfax.
She's a 4?
She's also 4 wounds, which I believe is a downgrade. I think she was 5 before. So she looks like Vindicator bait, is what I just heard.
What is that? Leadership 4? Gulliman's running, and she's like, stop.
Yeah, she's like, come on, big guy.
Come on, what are you doing?
Just stay on it, say it. Wow, I really assumed, and I was clearly incorrect, that when they showed us Goleman 5+, Custodes 6+, that it meant basically the entire game was 6-up or worse, and then, like, again, Goleman and the Lion and probably, like, Magnus Mortarion were going to be 5-up.
Just attach her to the Breachers.
Yeah, just attach her to the Breachers, and are they battle line? They, in fact, are not. Oh, they're retinue? Was it battle line or retinue? I don't know. I think it just said battle line.
Who knows?
Lol. Well, the Breachers will be running. Greyfax can kill an Imperial Navy Breacher with a staring contest. Greyfax can beat the entire 10-man in arm wrestling at the same time.
I like how she's giving Custodes lessons in how not be cowards.
Yeah, as clearly they need it.
Oh my God.
Truly incredible. Go Greyfax. Anyways, other than that, it's mostly a stat line you'd expect. T3, 4 wounds, 3-up armor. Objective control, 1 move, 6. 4 wounds, 4-up leadership. I really thought my eyes were blurring when I just accidentally saw 4 twice.
Yeah, Pain Celestine, everyone in 40k is psychotically determined.
Yeah, wow.
Some people in 40k are literally controlled by a hive mind, and they can still battle shock.
More likely than
Greyfax. They're literally assume direct control, and they're like, I'm scared.
Wowzers. She does have some ranged weapons here, which is fun. Castigation is fun. Anti-character 4+, devastating wounds, precision psychic. one shot, ballistic skill 3, but 18-inch range. Strength 8, AP 2, damage 3.
Man, I would hate to be a character in front of her.
Would hate to be a character. Just yeah, Cadia broke before Greyfax did. God. Chat, you're killing me. So that's a good gun to just have built into the mind bullet.
Yeah,
I like that.
Just, hey, would you like to take 3 mortals? I'm not done, by the way.
Yeah, here's the Condemner stake, which is 24-inch, 1 attack, rapid fire 1. Precision, devastating wounds, anti-psyker 2+. So if you find a 4-wound psyker,
just blat them on a 4.
Just if you hit the first 4 up, you're basically sold from there because it's just 1 attack, ballistic skill 3, strength 4, AP dash damage 1. What a bolt gun right there.
And if the unit she joins happens to be one of those that say you get to reroll hit rolls if you're on an objective, or you get to reroll wound rolls if your opponent's on an objective or something.
Oh.
And yeah. You're gone. Sorry.
Wow. So she's got the same authority of the Inquisition rule that you'd expect off the Inquisitor. The Psi Oculum. While this model is leading a unit, ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit have the Anti-Psyker 4+ ability. So just the whole unit. The whole unit. Anti-Psyker 4+. You know what? This is my new thing.
Are there any battle line units that can get... I mean, we don't really know exactly what's battle line yet, but anything you think could be battle line that can have sniper rifles that have, like, theoretically dev wounds?
That's all I'm looking at is there going to be a single battle line unit in the entire length and breadth of the Imperium, a single one with devastating wounds? One. Surely.
If they do...
Fate Weaver will never be seen again.
Well, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Get him out of there.
You just walk into him and like, alright, so before you take the saves, you've already died twice.
Beautiful. This makes me happy. The final rule here is no escape. Each time an enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, that is within engagement range of one or more units of this ability is selected to fall back, models in that enemy unit must take desperate escape tests as if their unit was battle shocked. When doing so, if that enemy unit is also battle shocked by other means, subtract 1 from each of the desperate escape tests. So I'm going to be honest here. I don't remember what this does. Did they cover this in the battle shock article?
No idea.
I think I'm just going to come back to this. Let me just confirm what I think, which is that this is in fact the last rule in the book. They're not showing us stratagems. I'm going to pull up battle shock because I don't know what to make of this.
The desperate escape check?
Yeah. I don't know, because it says, like, as if Battle Shock, so let me just see if there's something in Battle Shock, because I haven't seen them cover the Battle Shock 10th edition. Oh, yeah, fair. I genuinely have not seen them, like, cover Desperate Escape yet, so I don't know what that does. Let me see if I can find what Battle Shock does. Doop, 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 doop.
I know there was something at Warhammer Fest about having to roll dice for units for models that were wrapped.
Presumably that's like the same as now Desperate Escape or similar. But let's just see real quick what Battleshock had to say about it. If it falls back, you must take a Desperate Escape test for every model unit. So not super helpful. So presumably you have to roll a dice for each model and see if they die, similar to now. And if they are actually battle shocked, you subtract 1 from the roll. So we don't know what that roll is yet. However, bare minimum, there's 1 dice on a d6 that causes people to fail, because otherwise you wouldn't roll it. And then if you subtract 1 bare minimum, it's 1/3 of the time. Could be better. We'll find out when they actually talk about what battle shot or what Desperate Escape does. But chance to randomly kill people when they fall back.
I like that.
So Greyfax doesn't run, and you don't run from Greyfax. That's right.
There is, in fact, no escape.
This is the overlap.
If you are a psyker, there is no... Well, you're not going to survive combat in the first place.
Just imagine the leadership for Chad Greyfax walking up to you, and then you have the gall to fail your battle shock test and then try to escape.
Oh, sorry. Imagine. It's only ranged weapons equipped with models in that unit.
Yes, yeah, for this hierarchy. Yep.
Yeah. I was thinking you just walk into melee and just be like, bye. I won't even target your character. You're just a whole unit is dead.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice.
So Greyfax is pretty cool. This is good. I like Greyfax. I'm sad when she's like the kind of like the 3rd best Inquisitor as she has been for a bit. So I like that she's got some spice here.
Yeah, she don't like psychers. That much is a fact.
And why would she?
And yet she is a psyker. She's a self-hating psyker.
She's a witch hunter. Witches get stitches. Just you better not forget it. So that wraps up all of the rules shown here. However, in our complete foolishness, we forgot to account for 2 distinct articles that are apparently coming soon, so you can expect some content on those. First up, tomorrow, we're looking at 5 Space Marine chapters who consider the Codex Astartes more guidelines than rules. So to me, that sounds like Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Dark Angels, Death Watch, Black Templars. Yeah, those 5. They already did Grey Knights.
Yeah, Grey Knights, not really Marines.
Yeah, so those are like the 5 other chapters.
Yeah, Imperial Fists, Iron Hands tend to get...
Feel like if there's only 5, I feel like the White Scars and Imperial Fists of the world are going to be waiting.
Yeah, sorry, White Scars a little too bland, John.
Yeah, well,
they're the bland angels.
And then the Titans of Warhammer 40,000 shake the earth. We forgot, not only did we forget Imperial Agents, embarrassing enough, we forgot that Titans need a faction focus, Jack.
They sure do.
They sure do.
I mean, that guy who shows up to every event with 1 Warhound Titan and goes 0-8 so he can show off his beautifully painted models and get and help out his painting service. What will that guy do without rules?
I will say it is always fun, and I've never gotten to play against one, but it's always fun to go to like a GT, because I think like 10 times I've gone to a GT and seen the guy with one Warhound, and he's always smiling.
Oh, he's always
having a great time.
He's playing Warhammer to its fullest.
Absolutely, he's just enjoying himself. So we'll be covering those soon. Even the Titan rules, God help us all. Also, this is a good book. You should read it. All right, that wraps us up for this article. So thank you so much, everyone who tuned in to watch this. We really, really appreciate you. If you want to see more 10th edition content, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you get notified when we go live. There's a lot more 10th edition content coming up. And yeah, there's some exciting things coming. And as well, if you want even more sweet Warhammer 40k goodness, make sure you check out the link in the description below so that you can get access to the Art of War Room. It's a wonderful, inclusive community where you can get a lot of content for all skill levels. So check it out. You can get a free trial by clicking on the link in the description below to see what the War Room is all about. With 10th edition just around the corner, now is the best time to sign up. All right. That is the end. We'll see you next time, everyone.
Bye-bye.